We are here running at I-55 in the super late models. Here's our top 12 starting lineup. It is the top 12 cars from the heat racing in random pill draw format. Taylor on pole outside Lockdill, and we are here getting it started for 50 laps at I-55. Ron out to the lead with Steven Spies right behind him. Lockdill in third. Alex Hayes falling a little bit. 3 wide action. Harrison gets a little sideways, keeps her going. Harrison Dill high. Alex Hayes 3 wide below. Contact between Foxworth and Kent, and we are 4 wide. Keeping it clean. Foxworth a little loose. Kent on the inside. Huge battle here for 4th. Strong side-by-side racing throughout the field. Foxworth into 4th place. Kinzer working on Harrison Dill. Moving on up. Some hard action. Daniel George in the 7-11. Steven Spies trying to catch Lockdill. Heather Kent in the 64 ripping the high line. And we have 3 wide action. John Hain, Kinzer, Tosh, Alex Hayes. Contact between Hain and Kinzer. Beating, banging, Kinzer gets around. And we have our first Rocky Top caution. We'll go check out what that is. Looks like Daniel George Sr. entering the track. Brings out the caution. We'll line her back up for a restart, and Taylor up on pole. Delaware restart. Lockdill chooses the inside. Outside of him, the 555 of Steven Spies. Foxworth in 4th. Daniel George Jr. 5th. As we have a green flag. Ron stuck in the lead. Looks like Steven Spies gets the jump. He's in 2nd, looking on the inside of Ron. Ron clears. Steven Spies hunting. We have 3 wide action for that 3rd spot. Lockdill gets through. Foxworth on the inside of Lockdill. Steven Spies putting the pressure on Ron. Ron goes for it. Daniel George Jr. working on Foxworth. 3 car action for that 3rd spot. Junior on the inside of Dill. Slider gets ahead of him, takes over the 3rd spot. Foxworth and Dill working for that 5th spot. Right behind them, Kendrick Common 3, working his way through the field. Ryan Thomas there in the 20 car. Harrison Dill and Jordan Endries in the 257. Gets around Harrison Dill. Keegan Sanders now working on the 22 of Harrison Dill. The front. Solo racing. Who can get ahead of who? Tosh looking for the inside of Kent. Jordan Endries working on the inside of Ryan Thomas. Some good racing. Musgrove enters the track. battles throughout the field, side by side, long green flag run. And Alex Hayes side by side in that 257 and 30. And Thomas working on Musgrove, gets around him and speeds through. And here are your leaders working on lap traffic. Steven Spies right behind Ron. It's the battle for the lead. And we got our second Rocky Top caution of the night. A long green flag run right there. There's the battle. It'll be interesting on the next restart. Let's go see what that caution was. Emil George Jr. in the 7-11 into the wall. Row. Having a really nice night in that top 5 all to start the race. To take that, he'll wheel that right into the pits and get back out there. 2 fast repairs per race, so he'll be able to get right back out there. Ron in front, Steven Spies in the 555 on the outside, inside second row. Foxworth inside third row. 3 of Kendrick Hom, who we were talking about earlier, has a strong car. Outside of row 3, 07 to Lock Bill. 64 of Kent outside of him. Kinzer Tosh in 11, and we are green. On with a good jump. Steven Spies and Foxworth. And we are KK's Tech Shed halfway home. Lap 25 completed. And Spies are looking for the lead on Ron. Spies looking at the inside of Ron for the lead. And shoves it in there. Contact. Spies takes the lead. Ron looking on the outside. Foxworth jumped on the inside for second. Foxworth takes over second in the slider. Contact with the leader. Spies down on Foxworth. Foxworth throws him up into the lead. Foxworth takes the lead. Steven Spies looking to come back on the inside of Foxworth. Ron falls to third. Tom fourth. Dill fifth. Tosh sixth. Spies looking to regain momentum after that one. Foxworth running away. On to the inside of Spies for that second spot, but gets the run out of the corner. Tosh looking on the inside of Dill for that fifth spot. Gets the slider, gets around him. Back up front is Spies, Ron Hom right there, and we have our Rocky Top caution. Looks like car into the wall. Take a look at that one. The 3 into the wall. Rope. Steel. Slow up with that damage and bring out the Rocky Top caution. It's bent up. Park it there. Leaders get around. Everyone's safe. There's a lot going on. Foxworth into the lead. Spies once again choosing that outside. Ron on the inside of that row 2. Fourth. Tosh gets that 5th spot inside of the next row. Dill still looking to break into that top 5. Injuries on the outside of him in that 257. A lot of strong names. Pace truck pulls off and Foxworth leads him to the green. With a good jump there in the 11, gets past the 3 of Hom. Spies, Ron still battling for that second spot. It's battling all throughout that field. Two by two, we're looking to be 3 wide. Stiggs in the 79, Sanders in the 13, 71 of Hayne. All battling through that mid-pack. Great racing throughout the field. George Jr. there in the 71, who was running top 5 before that one wreck. Fighting to get back up to the front. Looks like he's around mid-pack. Steven Spies the inside of Foxworth. Spies the inside. Ron up there. 3-car battle for the lead. Ron to the back of Spies. Lap car ahead of Foxworth in the 29. Will that become a factor? Spies hunting down Foxworth. Jumps to the inside. Keeps it clean. Tosh into that 4th spot. Can he get back in? We have 10 to go. That car loose in the 3. Spies in the back of Foxworth. Foxworth up the track. Spies looking to the inside. Foxworth up the track. Spies in. Backs out of it as Foxworth comes down. Oh, and there's contact in that 5th spot. Saw Hom in the 3, and that brings out the caution. We'll take a look at that. A shakeup in that 5th through 10th spot. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, Hom into the back. Injuries in the 257, and looks like Kent. Just cars colliding, and Kent gets the rough end of it. Do have a rule: if cars tap, cars do get their spots back if they do not pit. Looks like Bill takes advantage of that one, but a lot going on in that front. All cars sticking together. Spies just looking to get around Foxworth. Foxworth shutting the door. He will lead them to the green. And we have 5 to go in the 50-lap shootout at I-55. And Spies up the track. Tosh looking to the inside for that 3rd spot. Foxworth with a couple car lengths on Spies. Ron gets back into that 3rd spot. Entries now in 5th, looking in. 3 wide action behind them. Thomas still. Contact. Thomas looks to back out of it. Dylan Hayne in the 71. Moving up. Spies looking in. A couple laps remaining. Foxworth still with the lead. Using up all the track. Gets a good run out of 2. Spies looking. What can he do? Andrews around Tosh for that 4 spot. Working on Ron. Foxworth's got the lead. Spies pushing it in, and it is Lockville Sim Sports. So 1 to go. And he's got a couple car lengths. And Spies jumps it in, and it's Foxworth picking up his first Velocity Tour win. In the super late models at I-55, he's ecstatic. He pulls it on in. Pulls it on in for the top 3. Foxworth in first. Spies in the 555s in second. Ron in the 21 in third. There's a couple of cars revving their motor for Foxworth as he pulls for his first win. In dramatic fashion, what good racing throughout the field, but it is the 29 of Foxworth. Gets around Ron and Spies to take home his first Velocity Dirt Touring season win.